So, what is meant by economic system? Economic system can be defined as a way in which an economy has been organized in order to answer all the basic economic questions, as it will study the relationship between individuals, firms, and also the government agencies. In this video, we would like to explain two types of economic system that have been applied by most countries in this world, which is socialism and also capitalism. First and foremost, capitalism economic system. Capitalism economic system can be defined as an economic system where all the individuals and also the sellers have the right to make the economic decision by using a price system method. In capitalism's economic system, the individual themselves will make all the economic decision without being interfered by the government intervention and also controlled by the government itself. Countries that apply this type of economic system is USA and also the UK. The second one is socialism economic system, where all the economic decision will be made by the government and also the central authority. This kind of economic system might slightly different compared to the socialism, as there are no private property rights since the government officially owns all the resources. The country that apply this kind of economic system is North Korea and also Cuba. Both of these type of economic system do have their own characteristic, economic problem, and also pros and cons. So next, I will explain all the characteristics in socialism, which consists of public ownership of resources, central planning authority, price mechanism of teaser is way important in socialism economic system, and last but not least, I will explain how the central control and also the ownership for the citizens. So, socialism economic system can be classified as a system where the public will receive the ownership for every resources that has been chosen by their own government. It's because all the resources will be generated and operated by the state of the government in order to give an interest for the society itself. The main concern for most of the countries that apply this kind of economic system is to ensure an equal opportunity for all citizens regardless of their income, plus it is to ensure the public will utilize the country resources that have been provided by the government itself. For example, we can even see that most of the socialist countries will provide a balanced price for every convenience that have been provided, such as transportation, defense, education, healthcare, and also the preservation for natural resources. As a result, we can even see that this particular system has an equal aspect for every citizens. So, furthermore, the socialism economic system also has a central planning authority, where the central authority will be responsible for deciding the suitable economic for the society itself. The particular reason for the circumstances is that the authority in every single government who apply this form of economic system, they will plan and allocate most of the resources in every current consumption. Plus, they will make an investment for the sake of the better future for their own country. As the socialism did not depend on the law of demand and also supply, even though there is a high demand for a cup of tea among the citizen, the price will remain the same as it is totally fair for every single citizen to afford. So next, in socialism, the price for every mechanism is a way more lesser than importance. This particular reason for the circumstances because socialism will give a lesser importance for every market force. For example, every price will be fixed by the government and it will be not determined by the demand and also the supply. As a result, every single private ownership in socialism in this country is not allowed. Plus, most of the public interest will be emphasized in the common economic system. And last but not least, the characteristic for a socialism economic system is there is a central control and also ownership for this form of economic system. It is because we can even see that most of the countries that apply this type of economic system are fully planned with their economy where most of the government intervenes in all aspects of economic activities. For example, the government will have the right to control all the natural income in their own country, such as production, consumption, and also distribution of goods and also the services.
Capitalism is an economic system based on private ownership of the means of production and their profit-oriented operation. In other words, an economic system in which private companies own the factors of production. Few characteristics can be found under capitalism economic system, but today I will explain to you 4 only. And the first one is consumer sovereignty. In capitalism, consumer sovereignty plays an important role. The consumer is assumed to choose commodities according to their preferences, and preferences assume significance in the context of the choice. In a capitalist economy, the consumer has freedom of choice. Consumer interests and preferences will affect the production of goods and services. Manufacturers must produce goods and services to meet the interests and preferences of the consumer. Otherwise, they will not be able to sell what they produce. Next, competition is one of the characteristics that can be found under capitalism economic system. The market economy is characterized by being competitive with producers seeking higher profits. If manufacturers compete with each other, the product will be of better quality and will be more efficient. Competition is prevalent throughout the marketing process. For example, in the production of watches, brands such as Casio and G-Shock are in constant direct competition. To attract more customers, both products will use various ways to compete with each other and to get more money by using various strategies. Besides, the pricing mechanism is a system used to make financial decisions. According to businessdictionary.com, the pricing mechanism is defined as a system of interdependence between offer of a product or service and its price. Typically, the price increases when supply is lower than demand and decreases when supply exceeds the demand. The pricing mechanism also limits supply when suppliers leave the market due to low prices and increases supply when more suppliers enter market due to the high affordability. All economic processes are using this system. Lastly, corporate and freedom of choice can be placed under the characteristics of capitalism. Individuals are free to own resources and launch businesses of their choice. They are free to trade, invest, organize and produce within the legal framework of the country. For example, if Alex wants to sell a car and start a business, he ultimately has the right to run the business.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Ainaa Husna and today I will be presenting several pros and cons of both capitalism and socialism economic system. So one of the main advantages of capitalism economic system is that this system is more efficient as the producers provide goods and services based on the demand from consumers. With this, producers are able to maximize all their efforts in order to meet consumers' needs and satisfaction. Since all the production is based on the demand, producers are able to cut down costs and avoid waste. Okay, moving on to the second advantage is that this economic system encourages trade, business, and also research and development. In a capitalist economy, entrepreneurs and firms are always seeking new ways to create and develop profitable products. Instead of remaining inactive, they will start to invest their money in up-to-date products, allowing a drastic expansion, increase in employment and also income, product development, and also more choices of goods. However, the capitalist system also has its disadvantages, which is inequality of wealth and income distribution. So in a capitalist system, wealth is allowed to be inherited and passed on to generations. Those who are born in a wealthy family are able to survive easily, while the people living in poor or poverty need to depend on labor struggle just to make ends meet. By all means, the rich gets richer while the poor gets poorer. Apart from that, the capitalist economy also ignores adverse external outcomes. So as we all know, the main motivation of this system is profit, which often causes them to neglect the environment surrounding them. The high levels of innovation within this system also comes with detrimental effects. They have no consideration towards the environment unless the environment itself contributes to their production in any way. Workers may face health problems due to the pollution committed. To illustrate this situation further, mining companies that strip the land to find resources often leave behind toxic waste, as they have no motive in reducing the local pollution. The struggle and cost to eliminate the waste are left to those who actually want it gone. Continuing to the second economic system, which is socialism, one of the main advantages of this system is that there is equality, which would lead to better improvements in social cohesion. If people perceive they live in a society that is unequal and practices monopoly, oligopolies, and also exploitation, this will lead to dissatisfaction and also frustration. However, it's different within a socialism economic system, as the system is structured and built to ensure the people have a fair opportunity in life, creating a more harmonious society. Moving on to the second advantage is that this system produces goods and services according to society's basic needs. The production is mainly focused on basic necessities of the society, which includes food, clothes, and also building materials. The power of the rich does not impact the production activity, hence the situation where the rich gets richer while the poor gets poorer does not happen within this economy. Similar to capitalism, a socialism economic system does not escape from disadvantages. So the first one would be lack of incentives. High taxation rates could possibly cause disincentives in working and setting up new businesses. Since entrepreneurs are not true owners of their firms, they feel as if the government is taking a high percentage of their profits, causing economic inefficiency. And last but not least, loss of economic freedom. So as we all know, a socialist economic system is controlled by the government and central authority, leaving the consumers hardly any chances. They would have to accept whatever is provided and produced. There are private organizations, however, they are limited, which would lead to less options of goods and services.
Hi, my name is Aqilah and I will continue on basic economic problems in a mixed economy. Mixed economy can be defined as an economic system that includes both socialism and capitalism system. Meanwhile, basic economic problems can be defined as any choices made by any society on what to produce, how to produce, and also for whom to produce. Firstly, we will discuss on what to produce in a mixed economy. In a mixed economy, both public and private sectors determine on what goods and services are to be produced, and these goods and services produced are greatly influenced by the social welfare and also economic growth considerations. Secondly, we will see how to produce in a mixed economy. In a mixed economy, both public and private sectors will shelter the manufacturing processes to be used in various products and services. The public and private sectors will also influence on how goods and services are to be distributed. Lastly, we will see for whom to produce. In a mixed economy, the price mechanism system is not completely functional. Therefore, the government will intervene directly through price controls and indirectly through the imposition of taxes and subsidies in many mixed economies. That's all from our group. Thank you.